Actually, let's start with tweaking your resume because I think that's sort of the easiest way to go about this. So I'm going to take my resume, copy the whole thing, minus whatever information we don't need, and then paste it here. Well, I'll say write a resume based on this. I'll say write a good resume based on this. And so I just pasted my resume and let's see what it does. It's basically rewriting my resume, right? And so once again, I've mentioned this in the other video. I mentioned it multiple times. Hopefully I can get by with just mentioning it once in this video. Do not just copy and paste this and use it as your resume because there are going to be mistakes, there are going to be issues, there are going to be things that you need to tweak. But you can definitely use this as something to look at, and you can use it as something to tweak and to change, or in order to get ideas for your current resume and looking at things that you can tweak and change in your current resume. So I'm letting it write out the whole thing. This is going to take a while, but if I stop generating, then I might have issues later because I actually want to build on this. So, in fact, but what I can do is scroll up a bit and here show you, it says summary, highly skilled Italian to English translator. And well, I'm searching, I am an Italian to English translator. I want to see, did I have that in my original? Oh yeah, Italian to English translator, okay, yeah. So I want to tweak this. Hopefully it should be done soon because now we're down to the publications. And don't worry, I won't make it go through the whole next one. I just want to give you an idea as to what you can do. Okay, now make it a resume for a financial translation job. And see, it highlights the stuff in finance that I did and stuff like that. And so I find this very interesting because you can do this for different types of job you have, and so you can tweak your resume based on if it's for a financial translation job, marketing, legal, et cetera, based on your experience, obviously. But here there's another interesting thing you can do, and here I will stop generating, and I'm going to clear all the conversations, and I'm going to write something interesting. Write the ideal financial translator's resume, I guess. I'm going to say freelance financial translator's resume. Let's see what happens. I actually haven't done that. I haven't added freelance to it, so I'm kind of curious to see what it does. But the idea here is to see what an ideal resume would look like so you can see what's missing in yours. And this is more for the long term, being like maybe you're missing some experience in, in this type of thing, or maybe a certificate in that type of thing, or, you want to show that you can fulfill the job at hand. So let's see what it comes up with. I think this might be interesting. Education, degree, major, and institution name, graduation year, okay. Basically, all of this is in brackets because it's based on nothing. But right away, you see, it's good to have a degree and to have relevant courses or certifications. Do you have any of those in your specialization? If not, maybe you can look some up and see if you can get any. Here, number of years experience translating financial documents, including balance sheets, income statements, financial reports. Well, have I been doing that? Well, let's see. I didn't even say what the source and target languages were. But proficient using CAT tools. Am I proficient? Maybe I should be looking into that. So this kind of gives you an idea as to what the ideal resume would be for this particular job. And so I found this quite interesting because you can kind of get an idea as to what you might be missing in your resume and what you can add to it. Obviously, in the long term, you're not going to add a new certification in a weekend, and you're not going to become proficient in CAT tools in a weekend, but in a few months maybe, or 6 months or a year even, something like that. This is your career, so you should be taking it seriously. And I think this is a good way to get an idea as to what could help out. Now, I didn't give it any information, as you can see, so everything is in brackets here. But I still think it's quite useful. And once again, like with everything else, you can tweak it to suit your needs. And so I think it's quite useful. So once again, here's a way that AI and ChatGPT more specifically can be very useful for you in terms of your CV as a freelance translator. Hopefully you can find it useful. Hopefully it helps out. Otherwise, I'll talk to you next time. Okay, thanks, bye, and savedum.